they're coming on. We're back. Our flight got in at 1. We got here at about 2, right? And I started, okay, so I started the project over again because I didn't like the batting that I had inside. You know, when we designed this project 3 years ago, we did this one, we really didn't know what Bosal was for at that point. You know, we weren't bag making yet or anything. And so, yeah, we made it back. We made it back. It was really neat. We learned a lot, you know, so like we learned more about the stitch regulator and how it's to be used. And we just learned like tons and tons. And the best thing was that the 1.09 upgrade fixed the projector. Mind blown. We thought, right? We thought that it would take hardware to fix it, but Steve and I met the engineer that fixed the projector, and they brought him to the convention because they were so proud of what he was able to do. And so he's the one that did the most important part of the update. They said there's 300 things that were corrected in that last update. But so I don't know, I guess I was feeling goofy, and I called him. I said, we're going to call you Agent 109, because the upgrade was 1.09. And he, like, they could barely speak English. A couple of them could speak English. And Steve, I got to get Steve to come in, because they love that we are giving these classes. And that made us feel really, really good, really good. And I mean, they were gathered around us to talk to us and tell us how much they appreciated. And of course they did. We appreciate what you do. And they kept going like this. Yeah, so it was really neat to get that appreciation, you know? And so I think we felt like influencers because of doing these classes, so it made us feel really, really good. So and I think tons of the people that work for Brother downloaded our app, and they might even be watching today. I don't know. So it was just really fun. And my whole point of going to these conventions is to learn more, so then I can turn around and teach you more. And this convention, we really learned a lot. So I feel I've lots of new ideas on things that we can do. So it was really, really neat. So maybe I'll get Steve to come in. He's running around like a crazy. He must have a lot of people to call back. But yeah, who just said, Susan? Yes, I am definitely very proud. I am very proud that, is this okay there? I felt like it was pointing down. I have trouble with the microphone all the time. Are we doing okay with sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. But yeah, we felt good. But, you know, I say it's selfish what I'm doing, because you watch me, you want to sew more, you want to make these projects, so you buy these kits from us, you buy the presser feet, you buy the stabilizer, you buy everything, which is so wonderful. And we hear so often from people that I'm buying my supplies from you because you're teaching me, and we really, really appreciate that. So so it's all going good for us. So this was my placemat from 3 years ago, okay, which really pretty and everything. Wouldn't you know, I never finished it, but I did it with fusible fleece, and it's kind of floppy, right? And so I decided to redo it. So the one I did last week is with batting, and it's only one layer. It's way too flimsy. And I like seeing the texture that the fancy fills give us. And so I'm using Bosal. So I think this is, this is what we're going to switch to. We know more now. We know what works well. And fabric stitched down, and then I trim away. And I did a couple of the placemats where I did not trim away this little little oval here, and I like it better with it trimmed away. Look how, I just like that look. So you could do whatever you want. Okay, so now that I've trimmed, it is ready for me to put it back into the machine. I want to tell you too, because who was the one that suggested to me last week to use the rust color King Star? Because it is absolutely positively perfect. Okay, so that's it. We did get some in, and we'll have it in the lineup today. So yeah, so that's what Cindy said. I've learned everything about my vision since pitching it from you. Yeah, Steve is the best too. Yeah, he is. I mean, they were even saying, so they took us into their film studio, and they gave all the dealers a chance to do a live from the convention, and they were so impressed with Steve, how well he did. And yeah, they were like, wow. And that day 750 people tuned in, and they were all the people in the film studio, you had 750 people watching, and like, yeah. And so that's why they all grabbed their phones and downloaded. So hopefully watch. And they were all really, really nice to us. So that made us feel really good. Okay, so there, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready to go put this in to the machine, and it's going to do the satin stitch. But what I wanted to do is do this over again, okay, and do a Christmas one. And we are going to add one of the fills. Okay, do I have, I do have the flash drive. Look at that, I have everything I need, okay? Because I want to teach you how to add extra fills, okay? So we're going to do a Christmas version, and we're going to use one of the designs from this one. So, you know what, Kate, I'll be doing it so I can show them all the different ones. So, okay, all right. So I'm going to put this one in. If it's too noisy, then we'll stop it, but we can just sew it a little bit, I think. It doesn't look like it's going to hit the wall, so I think I'm going to be okay. So here, okay, so I'm going to go. Remember, I fixed those corners last week. Now, we worked on the Radiance, and it did not have the 1.09 upgrade. And now I played with the machines at the convention that had the Avenires had the 1.09 upgrade, and fixing things, everything was easier and faster. So it was really, really, for me, it was like, phew, it's fixed, and we can full stream ahead. You know, people were wondering why I wasn't giving lessons, and I just felt so bad because some people were having trouble. And so now I know that 1.09 upgrade is really good, and now everybody can join in with us. So we're going to do this one again, and we're going to add a fancy fill that is Christmas, and it's going to be from one of these design suites. This one is my favorite one. I bet I've sold one to everybody in the whole wide world, but it is Holiday Fill and Motif Collection #1. And I mean, there's lots of good ones, but this one has the major holidays, right? It has Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. So those are, you gotta have those. Okay, so I'm just gonna, they cannot add the Destiny cannot, Destiny, Meridian, Altair, Dream Machine, they can't add extra fancy fills or extra motifs. So you need to trade in that Destiny and get in. You know what? Well, I don't know what we have used right now. I don't know, but I have a feeling we have a lot of people that were waiting until all the bugs were out of the machine. And so I have a feeling right now we're going to get a lot of people calling us to get the Avenir and the Radiance. So it's wonderful. Okay, so remember the directions are on our website, right, Kate? Yep. They're right on our website. And, okay, now I have the old ones still, but I think I hand wrote in there. Okay, so I am going to go to my design center. Okay, and I have to think of things, you know, ahead of time. I jot down the steps that I need to do. Okay, so to make my placemat, can they see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, they can see. Okay, so when I make my placemat, I need to tack down my ivory shimmer. Then my next thing, the farthest underneath, is the fancy fill. So I need to do one of the fills. Next thing is I need to make the scallops. So I need to lay a piece of the rush shimmer or red shimmer, and sew the outline of the scallops, trim away. Then I need to lay a piece of this floral fabric over, do a rectangle opening. Then once it sews that, I trim away the inside of the rectangle. Once it's trimmed away, I put the hoop back in and I sew the candle wicking stitch. So I write those things down so I don't miss it. Now, as I'm writing them down, it doesn't mean that I've thought of every step. And so there's times where I'll go, oh, I forgot this step, and I'll have to start it right at the very beginning again. So I'm getting better at it. But, you know, don't get discouraged if you want to design your own thing, because it is a process, definitely. So, okay, so we're in My Design Center, which is exactly the same as IQ Designer. Okay, we're going to click on Shapes, the square, okay, size. So here's our size button. Oh, and I'm using my mouse and I shouldn't be. I'm gonna, people said it's hard to follow where my mouse is going. So I'm gonna unplug the mouse and use my finger. Okay, so on the Avenir and the Radiance, this is the size button. Now that's what I love about using the mouse though. So when you're doing this yourself, I'm going to plug in my mouse here just so I can show you. It's a big improvement because I never knew that. Oh, I can't even peek over here. Hang on. I should have had an extender. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just know that if you're using your mouse, you can rest your mouse on the icon and it tells you what the name of it is. So size. But on many of the machines, the size button says size. So they changed it here. Now this one, so rotate. So just know that when you use your mouse, you're going to get that extra added feature that when you rest your mouse on that button, it's going to tell you the name of the button and make it easier. But I think everybody said it was much easier for them to follow me touching it with my fingers. So, okay, so now we're going to touch size, and we're going to change the size to 8 by 12. And the reason, you know, and it took some planning, but I wanted even amounts, so this way it is 8 inches, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 scallops. Okay, you're going to see what happens later. Okay, this one is 12 inches, and I have 6 scallops. So each one of these scallops is 2 inches wide, and so that's why I went with 8 by 12. So I could have gone 10 by 14, you know, just anything with an even number, and then I made my scallops each 2 inches wide, and you'll see what while I'm doing it. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to go up to size, and then we are going to change it to 12 inch tall. It gets me mixed up because it's the height button is first. So 12 inch by 8 inch, set. All right, then okay. And we're going to need this again. So we're going to go press the memory pocket. So right here, the memory pocket, and save it on the machine. All right, so we're going to use it later. Now, how do I want it to sew it out? I need it to tack down my, I'm going to lay my bosal down, and I'm also going to lay my ivory shimmer. And so I need it to tack down my fabric and the bosal, so I just need a straight stitch there. So I'm going to go line properties, straight stitch, and red. Okay, why did I change to red? Because when I press line bucket and I click on that black line, oh, I didn't do it. See, it didn't turn red. There, it's red. So it's easiest to see when I've clicked at the right spot and it's turned red. Okay, now next. So next is where you can make changes. So you can change the stitch length. You can change, you know, this button actually on. So the double stitching, if I turn that off, it'll do single. But you know, I kind of like the double because sometimes I nick a thread and there'll be a second thread there. So I leave that on. So at this step, I just leave them on the default. Okay. And now, so set. Okay. We've saved that rectangle, so I don't need to save it. Add. So add my design center. Memory pocket with the arrow pointing out. So there's your memory pocket. But this one up here says memory pocket with the arrow pointing out means you're retrieving something from memory. So go in there. I'm going to get my rectangle and okay. All right, so there's my rectangle. So step 24 is I need to tell it fill properties. How do I want to fill it? Okay, so this is really cool. Okay, so fill properties, and right here are all the fill buttons. Up here, you're going to see lines below the buttons and a line here. That is line properties up there. Below this, it is fill properties, and they're showing you a square that's filled in. And so I'm going to go fill properties. Then we're going to step 25, and I call this the circle button, but they call it additional fills select. Okay, this is where we're going to do it different. Okay, so we're not gonna do there. We're going to open up our design suite. And that is Holiday Fills and Motif Collection #1. Now just know that you can do this with the Solaris, Luminaire, Avenir, and Radiance. Okay, so you are all of those 4 machines, you can add more fills to it. So that's what I'm saying with the Destiny, if you move up to a Luminaire or a Solaris, you will have these features. So, okay, so now I put it in and I'm going to click on custom. Custom, the pocket with the arrow pointing out. So you're going to sit here and go, what do I do next? Pocket with the arrow pointing out. It's going to give me a second. And there's going to be fills, images, and motifs. I didn't even know there were images, but fills. You have to wait a second, it has to read it. Okay, so there's all my fills. And guess what, Kate? These are not the Christmas fills. They aren't. They are. They look like. So hang on. I'm going to just go over here and see if we have another one of these here. And if I have to open it, I'll open it. Okay, here. So, okay. I wish those flash drives had names on them. That would make it easier.
These could have been switched.
Yeah, maybe with the Evie Hawkins one.
Is that the?
That's
the pink dress.
Pink dress,
right?
yeah. So this one isn't open, but there's a chance. Let's see. Oh, see, everything that can go wrong will. And what is that? That's Murphy's Law. Well, you know, my mom's maiden name was Murphy, so maybe that's why everything always goes wrong. So I do have an open one, so we're gonna try that. Okay, Murphy's Law, and I'm a Murphy. So I'm gonna take it out and see if that's what we did. Keep your fingers crossed. I should have taken like a permanent marker and, okay, so I think I'll cancel there. Look what I did. I don't know what I did. And all of a sudden on the screen, I'm going to go pocket with the arrow pointing out. Oh, it says USB media not loaded. Okay, so I didn't give it enough time. So let's just wait a little bit and we'll try again. Because there's a lot of information. So the first time that you open one of these sticks. It's going to take longer for it to open. And then, you know, it's just like your computer. The first time that you go to a website, it might take it longer to load it. But then you go back to that website and it comes up real quick. Is that what a cookie is, Kate? That they leave something on your computer so you can open their site faster?
Kind of. That's like one way to describe it.
Yeah. Now look, it's still not doing it. So let's do something different, okay? Let's turn it off. Put the flash drive in. And then I'll turn it on. Okay, so I've got it in. Now I'm going to turn it on. And while we're waiting for it to boot up, I'm going to show you what we have so far. Should I come up here and show them now that I made a mess up here? Okay, so here is the rust metallic thread, right? All of this is the rust metallic. You like it? You think it looks good? Okay, okay. I still feel like it's a little plain, but I feel like it's very elegant looking. So we did do, and you'll see it on your papers, we did put this beautiful initial in, but like Kate said, like an elegant Thanksgiving design, like a beautiful pumpkin, you know, something Thanksgiving-ish in the center would be really pretty to do. So I'm not gonna take it out of the hoop. I'm gonna look and see what designs are built in the machine and see if we have something that's perfect for this. Yeah. Okay, so now, okay, let's see. Yeah, that one was an Evie Hawkins. What we're hoping for here is that the Christmas one was put in into the Evie Hawkins folder. So they just got mixed up. And so keep your fingers crossed for me. Okay, so we're going to go to My Design Center. Okay. All right, there I am. It resumed where I was, okay? So here I am going to go, I want to fill it. So we're going to Fill Properties, okay? The circle button, which they call Additional Fills, press the button. Then Custom, press the arrow. The pocket with the arrow means you're pulling something out of memory. And since Zandra Shaw, oh, can we just pretend? We'll just pick oh man, maybe, can you ask Steve to run get us one? Okay. And because I would like to show them how to change it. Yeah. So tell them it's,
Collection 1.
yeah, and it has a pumpkin on the front, right? Yeah. Yeah, he'll go, or if Tommy's over there, one of them will go. So we'll just put one in. I don't think Zandra Shaw has anything that's good for Christmas in here, but we'll take a look. Okay, so we'll go to the fills.
Neither of them are over here.
Oh, let's see if she has anything that's good for Christmas. Let's see. Okay. No. We'll try another one with Evie Hawkins. Oh, how dumb, huh? Yeah. See, that's why I'm going to be changing my IQ Designer to Monday, because something always goes wrong. So that one.
That's number 2.
And does it have Christmas? I bet we'll look. Okay, so this one has Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, and spring. Oh, I'll just take one off the machine. Maybe I'll just take one off the machine. But let me show you how you do this anyhow. So I do like Evie Hawkins' designs. Well, let's just pick one of Zandra Shaw's. Her things are kind of cute. Let's pretend like we want this one. It looks like it's birds and leaves. So, okay. Okay, there it is. Now let's say I want to see another one. Click the arrow. It'll fit 12 on your screen. If you want to do different ones, you have to delete them. So that's why you have to be really careful with your stick and don't lose it like we did. Okay, so there, the fills. And I am going to go, it looks like she has like little, I see elephants here. I see birds. I see, here's bunnies. See, if only she thought of Christmas. There.
I think they said the Evie Hawkins one
Had something?
had snowflakes, and they said this one has reindeer.
So which one is that has reindeer?
This one.
This one? Oh, this one does the, okay. So that's a bunny. Okay, let's try again. Let's see if we can find the reindeer. Not that it, kind of, our fabric is so elegant, but still, you'll learn. Okay, so it says to me that you're responding and you know what's on there, that you've been using these fancy fills. So let's see, does anybody see a reindeer here? I see that looks like a penguin. That's winter. Let's just pretend that's what we want. And then we're going to change it.
There are reindeers right beside the penguins.
Okay. Here, we're going to do another one then. Who said that? Who knows? Who knew this much? Or did you see it?
I saw it.
You saw it. Okay, reindeers beside the penguins. Okay, so here's penguins.
Right to the...
Is that a reindeer?
Yeah.
Okay, and they look like elegant reindeers. So maybe we got something here. Okay, so we're going to pick our elegant reindeers. Okay, and then, okay, there it is right there. Okay, I can leave it at red, so I think I will. And okay, then fill bucket, click inside the box to fill it. Okay, now take a look. They're going in the wrong direction. So we can fix that in the next screen. So click on next. Wait, I can't rotate them here. So let's see, next. Here's where I can change my angle. Now look, I can see here. See how thick that line is? So it's not a straight stitch. It is a satin stitch. So we'll fix that too. Okay, so first we're going to go in here where it says 0 degrees and let's change it to 90 degrees. 90 degrees, okay. And take a look. And now our reindeer are going in the right direction. Here's where you change the size. So this would take a long time to sew out. So I think I would or maybe increase the size, not reduce. Reduce would make it closer or smaller. So I'm going to go to 125 and okay. All right, I think I like what I see. Okay, so let's zoom in so you can see the reindeer. Okay, so hey, your Christmas table, oh, I like it. I do. Okay, so your Christmas table is going to have kids there. So it's not a cutesy design. So for me, this goes with our elegant fabric theme, right? So here I have it at 125. I like that. I switched it to 90 degrees, so it was going in the right direction. Outline off. So I like that on because what's going to happen here, I'm going to go back to 100%. And what's going to happen is, oops, I'm at 200. So here's 100. It's going to stop at each one of these ends and cut. So I don't want it to do that. So here somehow I changed it from the fancy fill. So I am going to turn outline on. Okay, so it won't take as long to sew it. But also remember, we're going to press our arrow and I'm supposed to have a straight stitch there and I have a zigzag. So I press the arrow. I'm going to press the picture of the stitch, change it to straight stitch and okay. Now, hopefully I didn't get you all mixed up, but I wanted really bad to show you how to use these additional fills. Now, those of you that have Palette 11 software or PE Design 11, you can create your own fancy fills, okay? And we're going to get started again once my audit is over, which today it doesn't feel like it's ever going to be over. Once the audit is over, I'm going to be freed up and I would like to give some software classes. So we will do that. Okay, so here we are. We touched the inside the rectangle to fill it. And then, oh, guess what? what else okay, so I have a straight stitch and a fill. Okay, so we are going to set it. Okay, but look at this. It didn't want me to straight stitch. It wanted me to do that as a no-sew. So let's go return. Because look at this. If I try it here, there's no no-sew symbol. Okay, so what I have to do is return, then click on line properties. There's my no-sew. So no-sew, and it's already black. It's going to turn it gray. Look, see, I can't pick a color. So, okay, we already sewed the straight stitch. We don't need to sew it again. So I'm going to click on it, click on that black line, and that's going to turn it into a no-sew. It's just a boundary, so the fill knew to stop there. We didn't want to fill the whole screen. Okay, so now make it no-sew. So we're going to click on next. And I have my number 38 to resize it, and I went up to 125. And so when here, we went 125, then okay, then set. Okay. Oh, I didn't save this, right? I think I better go back, save it, and save it on the machine. Because we all know things can happen. Okay, so add. So we're going to set it. Okay. Takes it all the way into embroidery. This is another good place to save. Since we've already done some work, memory, save it on the machine. Now we're going to press add down at the bottom. Add. We're going to click on My Design Center or IQ Designer. We're going to go to the memory pocket with the arrow pointing out. Find our rectangle. There's our rectangle. Okay. Hope I'm not going too fast, but this is a review. Remember, we did this last week. Okay, so now, why am I doing this? This is when I'm going to lay my floral fabric down, right? I'm going to lay my floral fabric down. I'm going to sew a straight stitch. Then once it's sewn, I'm going to snip that away. So we're going to go to line properties, straight stitch, and I'm going to go brown. Okay. I like to pick different colors because then I know the machine is going to stop for a color change or stop to let me trim. Okay, then line bucket. Click on the line. Oh, didn't work. Didn't turn brown. There, that time it did. And did you hear that? I got an error message on the first time I touched it. Okay, so now next. I see the straight stitch in the window. Stitch length is good. It's actually a 2 stitch length. So I have it in inches right now, which it means it's a 0.080. So set it. Okay. Now what's my next thing? So I did a straight stitch and I'm going to trim away. So the next thing I need to set up, the scallops. No, see, I'm telling them the wrong thing. I think, do I have jet lag? I might. I don't know. So I got shaken up by the auditor, didn't I, Kate? I mean, my customers can know I got shaken up by the auditor. And she, I don't know whether she was testing me, but she accused me of lying. And so I'm shaken. Oh, wow. So I don't know. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to, because I know I didn't lie. So, yeah. And even what she was accusing me of lying about was something silly, that people were going to use their fabric to make clothing. And there'd be no reason for me to lie about that. I don't know. But see, people in Pennsylvania, we don't pay sales tax on clothing, or if we buy fabric to make clothing, we don't pay sales tax. So whoever rang her up clicked on the no sales tax button and put in the notes section that they were making clothing. And so, hey, there's so few people do that so they're probably going to make me pay the sales tax on all of those that people said they were making clothing. So I'll quit being shaken up. And so we do get personal here, don't we? They know all about my life, don't they? Yeah. So yeah, it does this. Yeah. So we'll well, I don't know. It is at the point of being abusive. It is, because I've been working on it since February, every day, pretty much. I mean, I take a couple days off a week. I do, but almost every day I work on the audit. Okay, so that straight stitch was to tack down my rust shimmer fabric. Now we have to add the scallops, okay? So we're going to go add my design center, okay? We are going to go, I'm looking for the number, okay? Okay, so let me just brown, my bucket, turn brown. Okay, add IQ Designer, pocket, so I'm on step 62, pocket with the arrow pointing out, okay, the rectangle, okay, and shapes. Okay, so shapes, that's the circle and the square button. And I call this one the curly Q. Okay, so these are some shapes. I call that one the flag, and there's more shapes. And then the curly Q, they call it open shapes. But this is where I have my scallops. Okay, so you're going to click on O1, the scallops. And okay. Size. So remember, I wanted each one of these to be I wanted it a little under 2 inches because I don't want those scallops to touch the rectangle. Because if it touches and I go to change the scallops, it's going to change that outer line at the same time. And I only have that rectangle there as a point of reference, so I know where to place my scallops. So I decided that I wanted those scallops to be 5.97, so a little under 2 inches a piece. Okay, so I'm going to go into size. So here's your size button, size, and I am going to make them 5.97 wide. So I'm going to go up to the keypad. You could press your arrow buttons, but easier to go to the keypad. And the height right now is 0.97, and I made it 0.87. Oh, so touch that, 0.87. Okay. Oh, that's, okay, you know what I think I'm gonna return? Okay, go to size. And I think I'm better off keeping it in proportion. And I think maybe we can't change that with the keypad. Okay, so I'm just going to press that button. That's the 4 arrows pointing in. And it's going to keep it in proportion. And did you see on my step 70? I do have it written, keep in proportion. So I'm looking at those numbers. And when I get to 5.97 on that bottom number, I can make it a little smaller. So I have it 5.96 and 0.88. That's going to work. Okay. So, and then okay. Memory. And save it on the machine, because we're going to need that later. Okay. So right now, I just have 3 scallops. I need a 4th one. Okay. Select the scallop with the magic wand. The magic wand was like the best invention. And when I was at the convention, I did ask them, who is the person here that designed my design center? And they said no. And they weren't sure who designed it. So I still have not met the person that designed this unbelievable feature. So this is why we bought the machine, right? This is what we wanted to learn. We love doing this. So, okay, so I'm going to click on this select button at the bottom, the magic wand, okay, select the scallop, and then a red box appears around it, okay, rotate, okay, so we are going to rotate 90 degrees, okay, and then move it up so the red box almost touches the black one. Okay, so we're going to go up, and it's going to be hard to see. I do think I need to go to the eye doctor. I do. I am starting to have trouble seeing up close. So I'm going to go to 400, press pan, and then slide it up. So I have a nice big picture. Still go down to my arrows and move it up. I hold it in, but see, it moves too fast sometimes, so I'm going to bump it down. And do you see it jump around a little bit? If you touch the screen, let's see if it does it. But see, that's my heartbeat. So that's why it's wiggling. It feels my heartbeat. So there I am, almost touching. I think that's going to be good. All right. Then let's go back down to 100, just so you can see it better. 100. And then we're going to copy it. So first press OK. Copy it. So copy is the solid square with the dotted square. Copy. Oh, did I press the wrong one? I think I pressed the... Okay, so now I have 2. All right. Then I'm going to press size just to get to the center button. So I'm going to press center. So now I'm in center, and the other one was already centered. So I'm going to move it down. And I want to see, and it's hard to see at this point, I want to see those scallops touch each other. So I'm going to press and go to, oh, look at that. I deselected it when I touched the screen. It's no good. Okay, so we're going to just press the screen, and then I'm going to undo, and it's going to give us our last step. Let's redo there. I think I was touching the screen. Let's go undo. I'm going to do 2 undos. Undo and undo. Because who knows what I did there? Well, it's still going to move, so I think I'm okay. It's in center, all right? And then I'm going to go to size, well, I'm going to press center again, just to be sure. And then I'm going to move it down. And right now, I'm going to go in and go to 400%. And then size again, so I can move it. I'm just going to move it down. Oop, too much. It feels like I'm touching. It's better to overlap, because then you know it's touching. Okay, I'm going to go to, let's go to 200%. Pan. And then move it up, and see, it's not going to touch. So we're okay. All right. So I'm going to go to 100%. Okay, 100%. And then, so I made sure, I zoomed into 400, made sure the 2 scallops are touching. Zoom out to 100, that's step 84. Deselect. Deselect, meaning just touch anywhere on the screen, and then that red box disappears. Select the scallops. Easiest way to do that is go into your select and press your magic wand and then touch it. Oh, didn't touch it right. There. Now, so I touched it in the right spot. Because they're now touching, it selected all of them. Okay, move to the right until the red box almost touches. How do I move it? Now, you could touch it and drag it, but I don't move it right when I do that. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. And I'm just going to move it a little bit at a time. So I went to size. When you open up size or rotate, you'll have the move buttons. So I'm going to go almost moving. I think I'm good. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so you can see. I'll zoom into 400, and then I'll pan over. Oh, no, I didn't press pan. So they're almost touching. I didn't want it to touch. Let's just double check up here. We're good. Almost touching. Okay, we are looking good. Okay, so now go to 100%. Okay, So now we are on step 89 and we're going to press OK. Copy. I need another one. No, wait a minute. I'm not selected anymore, am I? So now I need to go back into select, press my magic wand. It's already selected. So I need to touch the scallops. Now it's selected. Okay, you can't do anything unless something is selected. So I'm going to touch mirror. So this is the mirror image button. And that is, so first thing, we're going to copy it because we need another one. So copy right here. Then we're going to mirror it. We're going to press rotate this time. Rotate and press center. The only reason why, oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, that's something we could do something with, couldn't we? Okay, so I press center, and then you're going to move it to the left. So I'm going to press the left arrow button, and you're going to move it to the left until it's almost touching. Okay, almost touching. I can see it from here, so I'll just go into 400, pan, and pan over, and you can see it's almost touching. I mean, I'm zoomed in 400%, so it looks like a lot here, but it isn't. Okay, so now we'll go to 100. Are you okay with me repeating this? I feel like this is a kind of a difficult project. Are they happy out there in the IQ? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay. So now we're going to press memory, right? I can hear Patty yelling to me right now. Memory, save on the machine. We've done a lot of work, right? Okay. Erase everything except for one set of scallops. So to make it easy to erase, we're going to go into our select button, press our magic wand, and then we're going to select one of the scallops and cut. Select the outline, the rectangle, and cut. So I have one set of scallops, okay? Now we're going to draw a box around 4. So remember, our box was 8 inches. Each one of these is 2 inches. So I need 4 scallops to go in the top and the bottom. So I'm going to, this time, I have an easier time selecting with the mouse. So I'm going to put in my mouse. And let's see. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to do a box selection. So the one at the end, the box selection. I've never even, this one you could draw a circle or whatever, an oval around something you want to select. This one you could just do an odd shape just by pressing points. It seems like I'm always doing rectangle and the magic wand. The magic wand solved so many problems for me. Okay. So now I'm going to click down with my mouse. I'm holding the mouse down and I'm forming a box around 4. Okay, I could get a little more than 4. A little more is okay. Okay, so I selected a little more and then, okay, make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Rotate counterclockwise, select the 4 scallops with the magic wand, and then we're going to rotate them counterclockwise. So rotate counterclockwise. All right, and then I'm going to move those to center. Okay, but I don't have my rectangle. I better go get my rectangle. But I know I want to get rid of this little scallop down here. So I'm going to say okay for now. And then I'm going to go in and get the magic wand again. Select this one and cut. All right, so I'm going to cut that away. Okay, so now we're going to go to the memory pocket at the top. I'm going to just kind of leave that plugged in. Okay, I left my mouse plugged in, but I moved it way up to the top. I'm going to get the box that has the 2 scallops and okay. All right, and it is not selected. That's not, I can't do it like that. So I think I need to go back in and get, So how did I do this? Rectangle with a, so memory pocket with the arrow pointing out. Rectangle with the scallop, select 4 scallops with the magic wand. So I shouldn't have deleted, I should have had this in here. Now, okay, so what we're gonna do is undo. So you're gonna see, working with me, there's all different ways to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna select those scallops, okay, with my magic wand, and I'm gonna move them up. So I'm gonna press my rotate button and move it up. And then we are going to go into the pocket with the arrow pointing out, get our scallops, our rectangle with the 2 scallops, and okay. All right, I have a scallop up here, so we're going to select it. Then I'm going to select it, and I need 2. But remember, I didn't check over whether or not I had a little extra in there. Remember, I usually do leave a little extra because I don't like to not have enough of the scallop to cut it short. So I'm going to deselect. Okay. Then I'm going to go up and zoom in because I can see I have something extra up here. So I'm going to go to 400. Now, you don't always have to press pan. You can get your slider bar. So I'm pressing that with my mouse, and it does not want to move for me, does it? Here it's going. Okay, so I'm going to move up even farther. Oh, it's just easier to pan, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to move up a little farther. It only wants to move a little bit, and then I'm going to go get the bar. I just wanted you to know that there was another way to slide the screen around, but I do find it much easier. So see, I have that extra there. So I need to erase that away. So I clicked on the eraser. So I'm going to show you that again. So this is the eraser. Clicked on the eraser. The size is 20. I always like to judge the size. And see, that's a little big. It's because I'm zoomed in to 400. So I'm going to go down to 10. And then I'm going to click. And then see, what I find with a smaller eraser, I can be more accurate. There's a teeny tiny dot there. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and go to 100. So go to 100, get my select button, get that magic wand. So there's the magic wand, and then it's already selected because it's blue or gray, and then I'm going to select it. I need another one, right? I've got one for the top. I need one for the bottom. So I'm going to copy it. Okay, I am going to rotate that until it's scalloped in the right direction. So rotate. We're going to go 90 degrees, 90 degrees again. Put it in center, and then move it down. So I'm moving it down. Let's move it. I can see I'm touching over here. So I'm just going to move it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go up to the zoom button and go to 400. And I like pan. So I'm going to just slide my screen, slide it over. Okay, I'm like overlapping there. That's good. Look at those crooked lines. They are not going to matter. The software is going to straighten those out for us. Okay, let's go over to the other side. Looks like I have a little bit of a gap. Let's see if I move it one dot over. Ooh, now it looks like I'm touching. So let's move over to the other side and make sure that this is still touching. That's good. If it isn't touching, then I've got to go in and draw a line. But I'm good. I'm touching. So now I'm going to go to 100%. Oh, 100%. Go get the other scallop. So I'm going to go to, so I guess I'll just say okay here. I'll touch my select button, the magic wand, select the other scallop. We don't need to rotate it, but it made it so much easier when it was in center. So let's go to rotate and put it in center. And it is already in center. And so let's move it down. A little too far. Somebody did post placemats that they made. Okay, so here I can see that my red box is over. I think I'm going to go in to 400%. And then I am going to pan because I can't see it. So I know I have to get it into my screen. So there's 400%. I can see I'm too far over. I've got to move it in. Okay, and then pan. There, I think I'm touching. We will, I'll show you how to test it. So here, okay. Now, if I go into fill properties, or just do fill bucket, okay, click here, it filled my whole screen. So there's still a hole. Okay, so we have to undo. Okay, let's see if I undo again. Does it select that again? Sometimes it does. Now it's selected. What did it select? Let's see. I think I'm getting it mixed up, but let's see. I'm going to go to rotate. And I had a hole. I'm just going to move it here. There it went. Okay, so when I moved it, my select went to the right spot. So move it over. Okay, now we're going to take a look again. Or you know what, we don't even have to take a look again. I'll keep it at 100. But we're going to go in and select our bucket. And now it's so little, I'm afraid I won't be able to select it. I won't be able to fill it. So I'm using my mouse. Click inside. No, I still have a hole. So I'm going to undo. And undo again. There, it's gone. Okay, so now I need to zoom in. So I'm going to go to 800% for this. My pan button, I'm going to take my mouse and slide it down. See how you can see the slider bar moving? And you can see it moving now. I'm doing it with my mouse, clicking down and sliding over. So there's a hole there. So we're going to go into line properties. Okay, so line properties. It's a zigzag right now. We have not told the machine how we wanted it. We've only drawn it. And it's a zigzag, so I'm going to keep it in zigzag, okay? Remember last week I had 2 screens that had black? I changed those to straight stitch, and that's why it put it on a different screen. So they're all zigzag right now, so I want to keep it at zigzag, keep it black, and okay. Oh, one more thing I should have told it. The line. Straight line with 1 stroke. I find that's the easiest one. So straight line with 1 stroke, zigzag. We're going to change it to straight stitch later. Then black and okay. We're going to take this, click on it with our mouse. See, that's like impossible to do. I'm going to draw a line. We're going to test it. Test it with the paint. There. That's what we want to see. Okay, the only reason why we did that was to test it. I'm going to pan, go over and test all of them. Look for holes. If we see the hole, we'll just fix it. If we don't see the hole, we'll test. Oh yeah, there's a hole. So look at that right there. That's making it touch. So I better erase that. So do you see that? So I have a line right there. I need to get rid of that because, okay, we're going to test it again, okay? So we're going to go into line properties. We'll leave it at zigzag, but we're going to change it to red. Okay, we're just testing it, okay? Line bucket. We're going to click on this line. Everything turned red just because of that little line right there. So we are going to undo. And I'm still red up there. But first thing, I need to erase that. Okay? My eraser is on 10. So I'm going to just go in and erase. Oh, I'm erasing too much. Undo. So I'm zoomed in to 800%. So click on your eraser and go way down. I'm at 1 now. And now I can go in. Maybe the easiest would be to go this way. Oh, my eraser is very tiny. So, oh, there's something right there. I got to get that. Okay, so now I made a hole, but I got to fill in these holes now. So, okay, same thing. I'm going to be in line properties, straight stitch, zigzag, black. Because remember, the whole rest of the picture is black. All the rest of the lines are black. And if I keep it in red, that's not going to work. Okay, and you know what I'm feeling right now? I need to be in 1600. So I've got my line. So I'm just going to click on the line and draw it. And see how I do. No, no good. Undo. Try again. And draw. Any little movement moves it. There. So see how good it's doing now. Okay, so now I need to take this line and draw it up a little bit. Oh, it like connected. Let's see. There might still be a hole. It sure looks like there's a hole to me. So we're going to click on the bucket, click inside. No, there's no hole. So we're good. I'm not going to worry about that little thing right there. That's going to be under the candle wicking. So I'm going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to undo. Let's slide up to the next one down below. Okay. There, I'm just sliding up. And I'm in 1600. That's why it's taken me so long. Oh, I can see I don't have a hole there, but we could just test it. Click on the bucket, test and make sure. Nope, no hole there. So we're good. So I'm going to undo. Now I'm going to slide over. Oh, I forgot to press pan. And look what I did. I filled that whole area. So just undo. I didn't have pan selected, so it thought I had fill bucket selected. Just take your time. I like talking through it because I think when you hear why I make decisions, then when you go to do it, you'll understand. But if I have everything perfect for you and then you go to do it yourself and it doesn't work out, you're not going to know what to do. I have an awful lot of extra right here. I think I'm going to erase it. So there I've got my size 1. See, that's too little now. I think I better go up to 5. Okay, there. That's 5. Let's go to 3. There, that's a good size. So I'm going to go here and then okay. Now let's check it. So I'm going to go the fill bucket, fill it, and I'm good. All right, so undo. Now I know you're worried there, but remember, we are in 1600. So when I go back down to 100, everything looks great. It doesn't look crooked. Everything looks really good. Okay, so we drew our lines. So what do we need to do next? So we did a straight stitch to tack down the rust fabric. Now we need a straight stitch to sew the scallops with a straight stitch so then we can trim. So we're going to go up to line properties, and then we're going to select straight stitch. Let's go a color we haven't used yet. Let's use green. And then, okay, except maybe I should move it and touch. I should check and see where I was. Okay. Okay, deselect and select the rectangle. Okay, so I kind of jumped ahead. I'm just going to say okay. Okay, so we want to get rid of the rectangle. We already tacked down the fabric. We don't need to sew it again. So we're going to do it as a no-sew. So we're going up to line properties, and then we are going to select the, we're going to go to no sew, or we could cut it away. But so there's 2 different ways to do it. We could go no sew, okay, and then click on the line, so line bucket, and click on the line so that line is not sewn. The other way that you could do it is you could click on the line to select it. So go to your select button, your magic wand, click on the, and then you could see the red box around it, which means it's selected, and then you could cut it away. So you could do it either way, and then close this select screen. Memory, we did a lot of work here. So memory, which is the pocket, memory pocket, save it on the machine. Okay, now we get to tell the machine how we want this to sew it out. So we are going to go to line properties. We want a straight stitch. So here's straight stitch, and then blue. And I like to pick like a bright blue, not a dark, because it's hard to tell the difference between black and navy blue. So a bright blue, okay. Then line bucket. Click on the scallop to turn it blue. Next. And then set. It's going to do a straight stitch. So set. Okay. We already saved it, right, when we were in IQ Designer, but I feel like there's a lot of work here. So we're going to go memory, save on the machine. Okay, now our last step. Okay, so that was the tack down for the rust colored fabric and the scallop, where we're going to trim the excess rust colored fabric away to leave the scallop. Now we need the straight stitch, and then the last step is the candle wicking. Okay, all right, so we are going to go and add my design center. Okay, and then, all right, the scallop to turn it blue. I'm looking for the, okay, pocket with the arrow pointing out. Oh no, that's what I'm forgetting. Okay, pocket with the arrow pointing out. Step 139. We need the scallops. All we did was do it in a straight stitch. So we need the scallops. Okay. Then you need to tell it to do a satin stitch. So line properties, zigzag, it's already in zigzag. Then, okay, so pocket scallop, zigzag, and we're going to pick a green. I'm making sure my what I'm telling you is matching my directions. So green, okay. Line bucket, click on the line to turn it green. So you can see it turned green. Okay, now next. Now we can't tell how thick that is. I know from doing it that it's not very thick, but it's in inches. So to change to millimeters, so I go up to the settings page. I am going to go to page 9 of 13 and go from inches to millimeters, and then okay. So now I can see that that satin stitch is only 2 millimeters wide. I like it wider, so we did it in a 3.5 millimeter wide. That would be the minimum I would do it, because if you cut your fabric crooked or have jagged edges, 2 millimeters is not going to cover it. So let's go in and take it up to the 3.5. I kind of stopped at 3.5 because I wanted to make sure that that opening was big and that you could see it. I didn't want to go through all the work and then have it close it in too much. So I thought 3.5, but certainly you could do it in 3.5, 4, 4.5, whatever size that you want. So I'm going to stick with the 3.5, press OK. It's going to recalculate that. It's looking good there. Now, on your paper, I do have you change the density. In the beginning, I think the density, way back when I first did this, which was probably, I don't know, 3 years ago would have been on the Solaris, but I was new to it, and I really like a really thick satin stitch, but now the satin stitch is really dense, so I just leave it at 100. But if you want it denser, you would just plus up to 110. It doesn't go up any higher. I'm going to leave mine at 100 and then OK. Set and OK. Now what do we need to do? Now we need to lay the floral fabric over, then straight stitch it, cut away the inside, and then candle wick. So we only have 2 more steps. We need the straight stitch and the candle wicks. We are getting there. Okay, so now we've done a lot of steps. We're going to memory save on the machine. We can go in later and delete all those extra ones. All right, so we're going to go into the memory pocket with the arrow pointing out. All right, so here's my, oh no, add, my design center. Then we're going to go to the pocket with the arrow pointing out. The rectangle, the very first thing that you put in, okay. Then line properties, so this piece of paper with the line below it, straight stitch, dark pink, so here's a dark pink, okay. Line bucket, and then click on the rectangle. Oh, it didn't work. See, it didn't turn pink, and it gave me the error message. Click again. Oh, no. Didn't do it. There, 3 tries. Finally, it turned pink. And that's, I feel like my mouse is more accurate. So anyhow, I got it to turn pink. So don't be surprised if it does take you 3 tries to do it. Okay, so we got it pink. Now press next. And we're back at the screen where we tell it whether any changes. We don't need to change it. It's just going to tack down that floral fabric. So set. Okay. Now what do I need? I need to add the candle wicking. So we're pretty much on the last step. Okay, so next you're going to press add. My Design Center or IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. So right up here, pocket with the arrow pointing out, the rectangle, okay. Line properties, so the piece of paper with the line below it. Candle wicking, which is this little star stitch right there. So the candle wicking, red, and okay. Then line bucket, click on the line to turn it red, our step 180. Oh, that one try and it turned red. Okay, next, because we definitely want to change it. Okay, so 4 millimeter, at this point, it isn't big enough. And I don't know, Steve and I, we don't like our candle wicking unless it's like a 1/4 inch. So now I'm going to turn back to the settings, and I am going to go to page 9 of 13, go from millimeters to inches. Okay. It's only 0.160, which is what, like maybe just a little over 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to click on that number, and we like it like a 1/4 inch or bigger. Steve likes it even bigger. So I'm going to go to 252, and then, okay, you can make it bigger. You can make it bigger. Okay, now we're also going to take the spacing. So the spacing brings them closer together or farther apart. I've never played with the farther apart. Let's just see what happens if I do that. I'm always see, too much space in between. My raw edge of my fabric won't be covered. So I'm going to go back in to spacing. And we went down to 0.016. I was always afraid to go all the way down, but you can go all the way down. They're never going to overlap. But now what I'm looking at, so look at these 2 corners look good. I'm going to zoom in just to show you. So maybe I'll go to 400. We won't be able to see anything. I'm going to have to pan and slide my screen up, slide it over. So see, there's 2 there, and I don't want 2 there. I want 1. So let's go into our size and plus up, and then okay. See if 1 changed it. Well, that's better. Let's go up 1 more. 1 more. It's thinking. Now that's better. Let's go up 1 more. Oh, I pressed it. So 1 more. Okay. That's good. Let's go up one more. So this is what I do. I just keep going until I don't like it, and then I go back. So there, I don't like that. It's at a diagonal. So I need to go in and minus and okay. There, it looks good. So now let's go check those others. So let's go down to 100, and I have one at each corner. So I like what I see. So now set, okay, memory, save on the machine. Okay, so at this point, we are ready to sew. But I do like to check it over. Okay, so I go to embroidery. Okay, and look at my step one. Remember when I did something wrong? I don't have the tack down. So it's supposed to, very first one is supposed to be a rectangle tack down. So what should I do? Okay, I can return, and there I have a rectangle right here. So rectangle, all right. Then edit, then copy it, and press edit again. Where is it? It's going to be at the very end. So there it is. Here's my rectangle. I need to change the position to the very beginning. So edit. Here's the button where I change the position. Press it. I want it to go to the very beginning. If I just want it to move one step up, I'll press this one. I want it to go to the very beginning, so I press that one. All right, now let's press OK. Let's press edit again. And now in my first position, I have a rectangle. Okay, so now the other thing, if I wanted to change the fill, because I think it'd be really cute to have the kids have all different fills, and maybe even the adults have all different fills, right? You don't have to have a matching set. But what I would do, is it okay if I show them, or am I taking too long? What time is it?
It is 4:50.
Okay, so we don't have much to sell them, right? But I did, okay, where was I here? So I'm about to lay my fabric over, okay, which next week I'll have a whole new project for them. I could just show them really quick how to change the fill. Okay, so let's say I want to change the fill. Okay, so I am going to press that fill, all right, and I am going to delete it. Delete it. Okay, it's gone. All right, add.
Someone said don't forget to center the first rectangle. I think when you copied it, it didn't center.
Oh, okay, good, okay. And that's what the people at the Brother Convention this weekend, they mentioned to me how neat it was that my customers were helping me. So they were watching, yeah, and I said yes. And I love that they're helping me, because that's showing me that they're learning. You know, they're learning. They know how to do it. So that's wonderful. Okay, so all right, we're a community, right? We're helping each other. Okay, so I went add. I'm going to my design center. Okay, I need that rectangle. So pocket with the arrow pointing out. The rectangle. Okay. We're going to go to, I don't need to sew the rectangle, so we could go into line properties and make it a no sew. Okay, so no sew, okay. Line bucket, click on the line, so it's a no sew. Now, fill properties, the additional fills, select, pick another one that you like I love this one right here. Okay. Then red is okay, it's on red. Fill bucket. Click inside the bucket. Click inside the rectangle. Next. Okay, size, like you may decide you like the size. I always did like the size, but I think for me, getting to sew them out a little faster, so I went to 120. Outline on, because you don't want it to stop for the jump stitches all around the edges. Okay, set. okay. There it is, but it's at the very end. So we're going to select it by pressing it, then edit. So I need this. So we need it to move up. And this time, I'm just going to move it up one at a time. So it actually was the second step. So I think I'm going to move it up to the very beginning. Okay, now I'm going to move it down one. So I'm going to move it with this button. And, okay, so I moved it down one. Let's take a look. So I've got my rectangle. Then I have my fancy fill. So see how you can change the order? So we've changed it. Now, Kate, if I could just show them laying my fabric down on this one. And, okay, we're doing okay. Kate's going to stay with us. All right. Okay. All right. And, okay, yeah. And I'm thinking, see, this weekend I have to go to my daughter's because I have to bustle her wedding gown. And I also have to, Kelly's dress is a little tight. And so I have to take out some seams, and I may even have to take out the zipper in order to make her dress fit. So I'm going to stay down there till I have the dresses fixed, because we're all, you know how nervous you get about that. And so I'm going to fix her dress. So this weekend is going to be crazy. And then the weekend after, little Mary turns 1. And we're going to have a party for her on Sunday. And then the next weekend is my daughter's wedding. And so I think after my daughter's wedding, so it's going to be a few weeks, we'll give you a lot of warning. Okay, so maybe I'll just cut this. I think I did have the size that I cut it. So large print border fabric, I went to 16. So here's 16. So I cut that one. 16 by 14, and it looks like I'm about 16 by 16 right now, doesn't it? No, yeah, so you know what, I'm just going to leave it the square, and I'm going to fold it in half, and half again, and I'm going to take it here, Kate.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll have to put this one back in. Okay, so now I have a radiance. I know we have a couple customers that have both a radiance and an Avenir. So that's what I have in here right now. I have a radiance and an Avenir. Okay, so I've got my fabric, and okay, so it says finish sewing. Okay. Now remember, I had this black dot, and that's because I did not switch it to zigzag. So anyhow, we remember last week we just said we're just skipping over that part. Okay, so now I'm going to take my fabric, and I want to unfold this. So if I unfold it that way, it's going to end up wrong side out. Which way should I go? You know what? I think I should have folded it this way. So fold it and fold it again. I saw the girls at Baby Lock do this. Okay, so I've got my line there. Position it. And I've got my line here. And I'm just going to eye judge it when I have it in the center. And you know what? There are 4 scallops. So the center will be when I'm covering 2 of the scallops. And up here, same thing. Center will be when it is covering 2 of the scallops. So that kind of makes it easy. Okay. And slide this over. There. It isn't feeling like it's big enough, is it? I better check this. Okay, I'm just going to check it really quick. Okay, let's see. So this is 16. I think 16 by 22 it was supposed to be. Okay, so I have it right here. Okay. Actually, this looks like it's 22 right now. Is this one? Okay, so 22 will be cut on the fold. That's a lot extra. You don't have to do, you'll be wasting fabric. So I think, so usually a standard placemat is 14. So I think I would go 14, or not 14, but I would go, so 14, I would go 16 by 20. Well, what's the difference? So, because it's just, we're just going to be trimming it off. There's nothing we could do with it. So I think I'm going to just keep it big like this. Okay, fold and fold. Now, okay. Okay, so I'm going to take it. This time I'm going in from this side. I'm going to cover 2 of the scallops. Then I know it's in the center. And then here. And I'm making sure there. And I guess this one, I have 6 scallops. So to be in the center here, I'll be at the 3rd scallop. So see what I mean? That 3rd scallop lines right up with that line. So there. And remember, I cut it big. So I know it's going to work. Okay. Now I do have my metallic thread in. I still have it in. I have, this one fell off the spool. So I put a thread net on. So if you find that happening, so sometimes it falls off the spool and then it gets caught on, it winds around this and breaks. So that's why when that happened to me, my thread broke. It was wound around there. I put a thread net on and now no trouble at all. Okay, so I position my fabric, press start. It's tying a knot, and then it's going to go around. Hopefully we're not going to bump anything, Kate. Do you think I am?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm thinking the auditor was testing me, and if, yeah, I think, because she tested me once before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's tested me a couple times. She said to me, I didn't want to keep sewing because it would just waste time, so I stopped it there. But she said to me, your customers don't ship you machines. And meanwhile, that very day, I had a machine right next to me that a customer shipped to us. You know, people live way out in nowhere, and they don't have anywhere. You know, they have to drive 5 hours to get to a sewing machine dealer, and so they do ship their machines to us. Now here I've got these scissors. I just wanted to show you. Snipping. Just get a little snip in there, get my blade in there. So actually I'm doing this wrong. I should have the duckbill going in the other direction, but it's working. So, okay, so I'm going to cut away. Now, don't you think I should do the outer border in a gold metallic? Yeah. I think the rust won't show up enough, and I think we have enough rust. So we'll... Oh, look at this. I did not trim close, so I have to find my snips. Let's see. I don't know what I did.
Some in the drawer.
You think there's more in the drawer? I hope so. I don't see any. What did I do with them, Kate? I had them. I was snipping. It's under something. See why you need 3 pairs of snips? Here they are, right here. Okay, so what I was doing here... Okay, as I looked, after I snipped, look how far away I am. That's no good. That's going to peek out. Oh, Gloria, this is... So I'm going to have to just get that blade under there and trim it closer. And because I don't have anything to pull on, it takes... So take your time. trim as close to that stitching as you can. My candle wicking is a 1/4 inch, but like over here, I did it really bad. So Kathy, our Kathy Kimberbella, she calls it giving it a haircut. So I'm giving it a trim. See how it's kind of hard to get in there? Oh, I'll just go ahead. It will go this side, but I'm so far away here. See, I start talking and lose concentration. Just thought, I don't know. I think maybe she was testing me, right? I don't know. I think I need to find, well, I have my lawyer. I think he is gonna, I think I have to tell him what happened today, right? Yeah. Isn't this crazy that I think what I've been through would discourage anyone from opening their own business, right? Yeah, because of things like this. Yep. But I said, back when I was looking for a job, okay, I applied everywhere and no one would hire me. And I even had an employer ask me, when are you planning on having children? And they're not allowed to ask that now, right? I don't think so, right? But so they didn't want to hire you because they just figured you would quit in a couple years to raise children. And so I had to start, there was no option. I sold nuts and bolts. I got a job with it, and I actually did pretty good selling nuts and bolts, believe it or not. Okay, so there. Now I'll put in the gold thread and I'll do the candle wicking. But I'll have that finished for next week. So next week, right, I'm going away. I don't go away till Saturday. Okay. So next week, Saturday, Steve and I leave for the Baby Lock Convention. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna broadcast right from the convention and show all the new things. I know that there is a new serger coming out. I think there's 3 new machines coming out. There's a new 10 needle, and there's a new embroidery only and a new quilting machine. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot. Okay, so maybe I should show the projects. Okay, so they saw they saw both of the kits. Okay, so we've got the Harvest and the Joyful, and then no-show stabilizer. That's the stabilizer I have in the hoop. Whenever I'm going to leave the stabilizer in, I use a no-show. So, so, upside down. So this is 20 inches by 25 yards. Yeah, Mary's birthday is the 30th. So next weekend is Saturday the 23rd, right? And that's when Steve and I go. And then the next weekend is Mary's birthday on August 30th. And then the very next weekend is Kathy's wedding in Cape May, New Jersey. So I've got a very exciting time. So, okay, no show. All right, next one is my Femore curved snips. You need 5 pairs of these if you're like me, because they get lost under a piece of fabric and you can't find them. So 10 of these. Yeah, I would like, so I'll talk to my lawyer, and I think, so we'll have to see about IQ Designer, because she said that she could meet with me next Friday, and so that would be IQ Designer. So if I'm not having an IQ Designer, that it's going to be me and my lawyer and my accountant meeting with the auditor. So. All right, love the snips. You got to have them. 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. How many do all of you have? You have at least 2, right? Okay, next we have the Quick Easy mitered binding tool. So what I was gonna do was, so I'm making my placemat 12 by 18, okay? And the reason for that is, um, you can turn this into a pillow or a placemat, but I thought it would look really pretty to take the rust fabric and back it with the rust, and then the little bit of the rust would come to the front, right? Yeah, and then we would miter it. Okay, so how about, I mean, we show mitering all the time, but should we show it again using this miter? It's called the Quick Easy Mitered Binding Tool. We love it. It turns out so nice. So, okay, now the next item is the King Star.
Yeah, so I put rust in first.
Oh, rust in? Okay, and the rust is here. I'll take it out so they can see the color. Okay. Okay, so you look at that. That is perfect, isn't it? So we have bronze too, and we were looking at the bronze, but we didn't like it as much. So yes, yes. So she says she has 2 pairs, and 1 pair is hiding right now. So see how the bronze just wouldn't have done it for us, right? Yeah, I think the rust. But you're gonna want, it's one of those things, you're gonna want every single color of these King Stars. And there's other colors. Like, I'm just kind of showing you holiday colors now, because it is August, so we are working on fall and Christmas. Okay, so the next one is MG3. Is it easier to see the color if I stand them up or lay them down? I'm thinking laying them down. MG3 is this one. So that is the brightest of the golds. Now the next one.
We can do MG1 next.
Oh, MG1. Okay, here's MG1, which there's a big contrast there. Okay. Oh, and then, so I was going out of order. And then here is MG2. Very little difference, but there's times when so what one should I do with this one? I'm always using MG1 because it matches the gold. But if I want it to really show, I'm thinking MG2 on this. Yeah. So you guys give me your opinion. But then there's also a brand new one. Is that what we're on next? Is MG4. So MG4 is the lightest, and they call this one champagne. So I was always calling that one champagne, but they call this one champagne gold. A little bit brighter, and then the brightest. So MG4, MG1, MG2, and MG3. Okay, and then we've got some of the silvers. So which silver do you have? MA1. MA. So take a look at this. MA it's called aluminum. Okay, and oh yeah, I love that. But now take a look at MS1, and it is brighter. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you want this because you want those silver snowflakes to really sparkle. Sometimes if you're sewing on a light color fabric, the silver isn't going to show, and so you'll need a little bit deeper gray. Okay, and then the next one is the green. And this one, I'm just shouting out the numbers in case you want to look and see what you already have. But MA3 is a Christmas green. MA8 is, I call it a sage green. Let's look at it. It's kind of a little bit duller than the leaves here. But it is nice to have all the colors. And then we have MA4, which is a beautiful deep red. And we use that one a lot at Christmas. Even that deep red, I mean, there's red in here. So you could use it on the fall or the joyful for Christmas. Now, did we do the bronze?
We did, yes.
We did.
I can put it back in the bubble.
Okay. The bronze is MA2. Oh, copper. They call it copper. Okay. All right. Then we have the Mastering IQ Designer book. Did we put that in?
No, I did not, but we have it back there.
Yeah, and I think I still have it on that bargain price. We may get in trouble. This map pricing thing, that's the thing too, is they set the prices. And I thought that was illegal. It was way back when that it's right? You weren't allowed to do that. No one was allowed to tell you where to price your own merchandise at. But now they do. So I don't know what happened. But anyhow, the Mastering IQ Designer book, you all have to go to our Facebook group page. You have to join our group, and you have to see Kim Gasparovich, right? Gasparovich, I think. Yeah. Her tote turned out fabulous, didn't it? Yeah, I didn't get a chance to finish mine, but mine's on its way. But hers will inspire you. She used our fabric, the purples and blues. But so she feels too, just like Patty. Patty did every project in the Mastering IQ Designer book. And then you knew it. Or if you wanted to do a technique and we'll go, okay, it's something like what I learned in the book. You go back to the book and you'll know what buttons to press. So, yes. Okay. And, okay, that's it. Oh, the pillow form.
Yeah, the pillow form.
Oh, and the bozole. That's right. Okay, so if you want to turn this into a 12 by 18 pillow, I definitely would recommend putting something in the center. It needs something. It could just be an initial. Yeah, or a pumpkin or a sunflower, something. But then you could turn it into I call this size a sofa pillow or lumbar pillow. It is 12 inch by 18 inch.
And this is the same size as the event pillow, right?
Yes, same size as the event pillow. Yeah. We like this size. We like everything Kimberbell makes. Kimberbell seems to, their things are a little bit better quality. And so, it's kind of fun too because they come compressed and you put it in and open it up and then it gets bigger. So, all right. Then I have the Bosel. Okay, so this is, so the first size I have is 18 by 58. And I like the single-sided fusible. So I like to be able to fuse that top fabric. Yeah. And there, so 18 by 58. All right. And Patty says that's it. She washes hers all the time. Whereas if you put batting, it's going to shrink. You're going to have to iron your placemats. Patty says they come right out of the dryer and they're ready. So here is a bigger piece. So we use this for placemats and bags, tote bags. So this size is 36 by 58. So we use this a lot. Okay. And then what else do we
want to show the quilt binding foot?
Yeah, so the quilt binding foot, this foot is great. It fits both Baby Lock and Brother. And it is for stitching your binding, so stitching your binding by machine, and it keeps it, right in the right spot, or when you're doing the wraparound binding, this is the foot that you need. Yeah, that's right, Judith, I do. When I go, I'm going to find out if there's a new Mastering IQ Designer book coming out. There should be. Mike Johns and Patty Marty did a wonderful series of classes for Radiance owners. And if they turned that into a book, we'd be happy because they just taught every single technique. So, and then our next thing is the presser feet. What did I do with those? We've had so many people ask us about these. Okay, so this is the So Fine presser feet, and they are called Ultra High Performance Presser Foot Set Non-Stick. So it's made out of a really good, strong material that is non-stick. So we do have one non-stick foot, but it wears out. The feed teeth rub it against it, gouges it. These are a really strong non-stick material, but non-stick, so it rides over your fabric. So you'll get to the end of the seam and it hasn't pushed that top layer. So this is, oh, Debbie says she uses that foot all the time. Yeah, people have told me how much they really, really like these feet. They're noticing a difference. So this is the 1/4-inch foot that Ruth Ann likes. Remember, she liked it in the clear, but she doesn't really need it to be clear. So, but this is the style. She likes the single needle hole opening, and she likes this at the exact 1/4-inch. This one is your foot J, and look at how flat the bottom is. So this will eliminate puckering because it's so flat, okay? And then this one is the foot M, and it has the groove on the bottom to ride over the decorative stitches. And what they're telling me is their decorative stitches are turning out better because of this foot. It just slides over the fabric instead of pushing the fabric. So, okay. All right. Did we do it?
Yeah.
We did it? Okay. I'm going to go home and keep working on my audit. And then we will see you. When will I see them? I don't know, because I'm going down to Kathy's. Yeah, I'm going to go down to my daughter's on Sunday. And as soon as I have the dresses all done, I'm heading back. Yeah. Okay, it's going to be a fun weekend for me. I haven't been down there in so long, so it's going to be fun. Oh, N, foot N, not M. Lynn says it's foot N. Oh, you know. Okay, and then after all that in my life, then I'm going to switch back to doing IQ Designer on a Monday. So, so I'll have all of Friday. We're going to do Fabric Frenzy Friday. So we're going to switch them from Monday to Friday, and then I'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and most of Monday to get ready for IQ Designer, and I can do projects that are more spectacular. So, all right, everyone, I will see you. Who knows when I'll see you, but the next show will be Material Madness on Monday at 3 o'clock. All right, thank you all so much. Bye-bye.